Alright, so you're thinking about buying a new house and selling your existing home. Or you've already found a new home to buy and you haven't sold your current home yet. Now, it's not a simple process. In the current housing market, there's a lot less inventory and higher demand, and you'll be having a tough time buying and selling a house at the same time. But in this video, I'm going to give you the top tips to discuss the options that you have and to help you navigate through this process. So if this is your first time here, I'm Jerry Pincus, your real estate expert, and I'm here to help you avoid those pitfalls that are costly. Now first, I'm going to take a look at a different approach and simultaneously of buying a house and selling a house, because there's a lot of moving parts here. Now, I'll be explaining 3 different options in this video so you can decide which one is best for you and your current situation and your timeline. Number 1, sell first, buy later. Now, this is a common approach to sell your current home first and then rent temporarily as you search for your next property. And this will give you an idea of how much money you can get from your current house and the degree of certainty that you know that you're going to have the funds for that home sale and put it towards that new home purchase. Now, this is a common approach that many homeowners choose, and it's not the best option to go for, and I'm going to tell you guys why I say this. First reason is the inconvenience of moving twice. Think about it. You have to move once to get out of your current home and then again to move into your current house. Plus, rental prices, they've been going up significantly and in many states around the country here. So finding a good rental home for yourself in the temporary move, just in a small time frame, could be a headache in many popular areas. Now, if you find a good rental house to live in, another factor that you need to consider is the potential extended rental periods. Sometimes short-term rentals just don't work out. They aren't available. They'll give you a year lease or multiple year lease, but it's harder to find those short-term leases. You could end up paying rent for an extended period over and above your normal time frame if you don't find that house in time and the buying process is delayed in some way. So you can see what happens here. But like I mentioned, rental prices being high in many areas, this can be a significant impact on your overall budget for your new house. So this option removes you from competitive buyer's market. And you'll be competing with other buyers without advantage of a guaranteed sale for your current home, or making it more challenging to secure a desired property, especially in competitive marketplaces. But number 2 is to sell and rent back. Now, this could be a better option if you sell your home and then rent it back from the buyer for a short period of time until you find your next home or get situated in your next home, for instance, if you're building. Now, you can get into an agreement with your buyer where you're selling the house to them, and you could also rent it back from them for a specific period of time. But this approach is somewhat better than the first one because it does give you a little bit more flexibility here. And you can sell your current home without any immediate pressure. I mean, if you get your house sold and then you got to hurry up and find a place, don't be rushed into this. This option will give you time to research your ideal property without adding the stress of temporary housing and these arrangements of getting into a new home. Now, the only drawback is that you can have an impact on the selling price of your current house because some buyers may be less interested in properties with such a rent-back agreement, and it delays their ability to actually move in and occupy the home. And this could lead to a smaller pool of potential buyers. Plus, you may get some lowball offers on lowball prices here. Number 3 is a contingent offer, and it's getting more popular as the market starts to cool down some because people are looking to get under contract and they want the best approach, which is making a contingent offer on a new home. Now, here's what that means. Now, this means your offer to purchase a new property is contingent if you get a successful sale on your current home. So you're buying a new house and you have to sell your other house in order to have the money to buy that new home. Now, this is where you find a buyer for your current home who's willing to wait for you to find a new home. Sometimes that works. But the reason I say this is best is because there's a lot less risk of being stuck with 2 mortgages. I've done it before, trust me. It may not be the most comfortable thing because the burden of finding temporary housing also may be laid on top of that. And this also will help you focus on finding the best deal without any immediate pressure of selling your current property. You can get under contract with a contingent offer on a brand new construction home sometimes, and they'll take it contingent on you selling your house. But if you don't sell your house, you don't necessarily have to move into that new house, and it's a good situation. And from the home seller's perspective, because you've already initiated the process of selling your own home, they know that you're a serious buyer. You're not just playing around. Now, there's 2 primary types of contingencies that you really need to know about. And one is the home sale contingency, and another is a home close contingency. And there's a difference between these 2. Now, the home sale contingency is when you haven't yet listed your home for sale, but you plan to do so soon. And you're getting ready to put your house on the market, and you've actually written a contract to purchase another home. Now, this provides a degree of flexibility to you, but it's less appealing to sellers especially in a competitive market. Now again, what's happening in one part of the country may not necessarily be happening in the other, so you really need to take a look at what's happening in your area. Because on the other hand, a home close contingency is when you have your home already listed and you have a pending offer or even a signed contract. Now this is what most home sellers are going to agree on, because as a buyer, if you have your home listed for sale, it indicates that you're a serious buyer. If you have a contract, it's probably happening and it's in motion. Now based on what we've discussed so far, you have to really decide on which one works best for you. And if you're living in a different state and the housing market in your area could be a lot different than what I mentioned here. So if you want flexibility and convenience, you may choose that second or third option. But keep in mind, these options will cost you a little bit more down the line. And there's also other costs that are associated with packing materials, shipping, storage, moving. Again, there's a lot of moving parts here. So you have to weigh the pros and the cons so you can make a smart decision. And again, if you have a good real estate agent who's working for you in your best interest in all relevant areas of the transaction, you're going to win. Expert real estate agents can really give you a personalized suggestion based on your house, your area, and particularly negotiate with either a buyer or seller on your behalf, because that's what they do every day. And it's important to work with a real estate agent who is experienced in helping buyers and sellers navigate through this process of selling and buying a home at the same time. This is going to make the process much smoother for you. So I'm Jerry with Jerry Pincus Real Estate Experts. My team is here to help you find your hidden gem and to avoid those pitfalls that are costly. If you're thinking of selling a house here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, or anywhere in the United States, pick up the phone and give us a call at 843-839-9870. I can hook you up with your local expert. My team has personally helped over 2,000 people successfully move in the last 20 years, and we've seen just about everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Everything from selling your house fast and selling it for maximum value, and that's what I want you to do. So just make sure that you share this with someone you know who could use it. Until next time, stay happy, stay educated, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care, guys.